Hi babies, we're gonna do a reading. I'm gonna do a reading. You do what you do. I'm not your mom. I really would like to get like one of these undermats for under my computer. Excuse the congestion, okay? Allergy season is upon us, so. My cat is here too. Be aware of that. One more for good measure. Nice. Cool. Nice, nice. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be like vague and then we'll get into it. A recognition of clarity, allowing you to step into a receptive space. You got the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Wands reversed, the High Priestess, the Empress. So something that you were, I'm not feeding any delusions. Be healthy, be safe. But like this is giving my torturer was my remedy type of, where it's like what you were lacking was what set you free. So if it was to be free of that trope or to fully embody that trope, take that as it resonates. Okay, we're gonna pull a little bit more cards. Let's see. Thank you. My cat is playing with my printer. Hi, Mia. He likes the noises it makes. Thank you. Cool. Nice. Stepping into your power looks different than what you thought it would. I'm getting someone that's like, okay, I'm self-assured and confident and I'm in a receptive space and I'm receiving things, but the way that I'm receiving them isn't the way that I thought that I'd be receiving them. So, you know, it's kind of like this, you're being pushed to like be more open to how things can be fulfilling for you. It's like healing is not my purpose, and I find spaces to heal even in abundance. Like abundance has wounds too. Like how abundant can I be? Is that a poverty wound or an abundance wound? You know what I'm saying? It's however you word it, however you claim it. But this is, it's like I put myself in a position, heart chakra based, I put myself in a position to sit on my worth and my value. I'm just not sure how it's coming in is what I'm really looking for. I know you can't see because of I have baby plants that we started, oreganos and such. I don't know, whatever. We have a seed library, side note, but you can see from here that these cups are empty, like they're barren. So it's kind of like, I expected you to come from this, but like what I wanted for my life didn't bear any fruits. And I see that there's like fulfillment should I choose to look at life differently or whatever? Again, very much it's like challenging yourself in an abundant space, which like it sounds contradictory, but it's not. Because it is, it's like even your wealth has wounds that aren't poverty rooted. Different conversation we'll have about that, but yes. Nice. So the there's three chakras that we're looking at in terms of like what's really standing out to me is solar plexus, heart, and I want to say sacral. If there's healing or balancing in any of those areas, which would make sense. So I'm seeing it as like, this is why I love using tarot from like different I guess artists, or I don't know, designers. I don't know what the term would be. Because what I'm seeing, hold on, flip this. What I'm seeing is a story of someone that was like, okay, like I've been wounded, but this is the 10 of Swords, which that's how the 10 of Swords is depicted. You can see it's a little bit blurry, but you get the idea. It's just a bunch of birds around her. If you know tarot at all, the 10 of Swords is usually depicted as much more painful than this. It's usually like a man down in like a you know, like an uncomfortable way with literal swords on his back. It's like a really graphic kind of, but it's like this deck shows like the softness in it. Does that make sense? Anywho, somebody looking past that and saying, you wanna know what? Maybe I did go through that. Maybe these are things that I, you know, that happened to me that had to be, you know, experienced or learned or however you know, anyhow. So like that, but then somebody also saying, you wanna know what? Maybe I should celebrate myself. Maybe I should take the time to educate myself and like, what makes sense to me and who I am and what it is that I really like, and not just what I say I like or what I think I like, right? Because we're talking about expanding yourself. So like in that expansion, you're kind of required, you know, like to be more receptive to more than just where you put your intention, unless it's your intention to not do that, which again, be as intentional as you choose to be. But for this, it seems like you're opening yourself to new opportunities, and it's like, okay, so like what might work for me? And like looking, this one talks about travel, so I'm not sure if it's gonna focus, but this one is like a globe, and I believe like a camper van or something. So this card talks about travel a lot, right? So it's like you're discovering yourself. You're saying, you want to know what? Let me celebrate myself, learn who I am, like self-love journey, however you want to. But it is like in an expansive way where you're saying, okay, so if I do this, this will also be impacted. So if I open myself up to opportunities of new wealth or whatever it is, it does come off this way. And they don't come the way that I thought they might, but it's like, does it still fit what I'm doing? And like, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, take that as it resonates, but being more open to something that feels fulfilling, because you're in this space where it's like, yeah, I'm receiving, but it's like a whole bunch of emptiness. Like, it's just, I don't know, like backwards energy vampire, where it's like people, you know, it's not stealing, but it just, everything feels, or interactions with people feel like empty or like one-sided. And if you were to open yourself up to experiencing it differently, or, you know, around different people, whatever it is, then there's more abundance there. And with that also comes an expansion of yourself. Like, you love yourself, but do you also love yourself through your next phase, even if you don't know what that phase is? Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm gonna get a couple more cards, put these away. Yeah. Oh, I love that for you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm enjoying this. The song Remember Them Days. Couldn't tell you the artist. I could tell you the tune, I think. But I know it's like a, I want to say in the rap hip hop genre. Remember Them Days. There's an importance. If you ever hear me talking about the importance of the solar plexus, right? So this is very much like imagery for me to understand, right? So here's like a little bit of color things going on here. This looks a bit orange on the camera, but it is yellow. It's kind of yellow on screen with just shadows. And then this one has, trying to get that lighting on there, has a variety of different colored wands or sticks. And one of the ways that I explain the solar plexus journey and the journey of identity, right? Because that's really what this reading is about. But I always say it's like your identity is like a yellow brick road. And sometimes you'll have different, a brick made of ice or a blue brick or, a brick with grass on it, because other people also help shape your identity and your path, right? So it's kind of like, know your path, but understand like the different hues or shades of it, because other people are like this one. Oh, I need to focus. There you go. This one, please. This one is kind of poking into the bubble, but it's like, I am from the solar plexus here. I am the, I have the authority to be able to choose what shapes me and what doesn't. So this card is really like self-protection through like radical awareness, where it's like, I know what I will or will not do, or who I am and am not, whatever it is. But like, that's all the protection that you need, because you get to choose who even, pushes against your bubble, much less, she's not in a popped bubble, so it's still intact, while it's very much like, okay, like I'm gonna see if this fits into my, like, you're allowed to be curious. I don't know if you need permission to be curious with your identity, but that's kind of what it seems like an inner teen kind of wound, where you're like, okay, like, can I explore myself again? Can I rebel in my identity again? Can I dare to take up space, especially if it is in a new way? So, anywho, take that as it motherfucking resonates. Much love. Bye.